those 3 months of Canadian experience helped me get into a role which was close enough to what I was looking for. It's very hard for a newcomer, for an immigrant, to just directly enter the field that you want to work in. But then this 3 months of apprenticeship helped me crack that, and slowly but steadily, those tools that I used in those 3 months was so extensive, and it was kind of a very extensive work that we did in those 3 months are still helping me out when some of my colleagues need help, when I need to launch a digital marketing campaign. It is kind of that experience. I recall that experience, and i I can completely get that experience into what I'm doing right now. I got my hands-on experience in Canada, so Acadium helped me get that. It was kind of the first step as I was searching for something that I could, get into an internship in Canada, because I come from India and it's all completely different there when it comes to the marketing principles and the actual work that goes and the work culture. So I was looking for an internship to find my feet, and with Acadium, I started getting those right links, started getting people who mentored me, and then I started using those tools that I used for the same work I did in India, but there were different tools. So I found it then easier to approach the employers, and it was all helpful. And now, after a year and a half, where I'm 50% of it is because of Acadium. So I can tell you that if I did not have so I have someone to hold my hand, then it would have been a bit tricky. So I can completely admit that if Academ wasn't there, I would have been 2-3 months late in terms of finding my feet. So it kind of expedited my mission of finding a good job and finding those right people and to help me out. So yeah, so I mean, you don't have to be thankful. I mean, I am admitting it. I'm completely being honest about how it has helped me. So life before Acadium, I think it was very weird, unsettling. I wasn't sure how to go about it. I mean, you need that one thread, right, to hold on to and then follow that. So I was a bit distracted. I was all over the place, to be very honest. And I was literally going on LinkedIn, Glassdoor, Indeed, ZipRecruiter, everywhere. And I did not know that, yes, this could be a way to find a job. I thought, okay, let's apply. You will hear from someone one day at least, there will be a response. But via Acadium, I started doing apprenticeship, and that's how I actually landed to my first job and the first real opportunity in terms of being full time. So I think life before Acadium was way unsettling, and I think Acadium showed me the right path to at least get into the market and then look out for other opportunities. I came to Toronto in November 2019, and I left my marketing job back in India, and I came and I was looking for something in marketing, with digital marketing being my focus. So then I attended a couple of seminars that are meant to be there for immigrants and newcomers in Canada, and that's where I was just going there randomly, searching for all those pamphlets wherein there are internships available. And me and my partner were completely new in this country, and December 1st, I think, I was on Google and I was looking for internships in digital marketing. So that was kind of a general search that I was doing. So I was just looking for something because I wanted to get into working as quickly as possible. And I mean, nobody saw the pandemic coming, right? So, I mean, basically, we were searching for jobs, internships, and it was completely hard because not many were responding and it came to the employers, and obviously because we did not have Canadian experience. So then I went on Acadium. I started doing a few courses there, for example, paid marketing, social media marketing, and I got a match from 3-4 people, and they asked me if I could help them out in their digital marketing teams, one of which I selected. And basically we had a good interview with Alfred, and he said, oh, if you're ready to help me in this, you'll have to put these many hours, and that's it, let's get it going. And it literally happened within 3 days. So the last 25 to 28 days, nothing had happened. So I was trying and applying everywhere, and nobody responded. And in the next 3 days, after downloading Genem Acadium, I got 4 matches, out of which I had an interview three, and then I selected one to go forward, and then that began. I mean, that's how it started. So I selected it based on the interview, how it went, the scope of work, and the topic also interested me. And I just did about 15 hours a week, and it was all content marketing, strategizing, and planning for the launching of the app. And we used to be very upfront in terms of what feedback was needed. I mean, I got the full freedom to express myself in terms of be it a good feedback, bad feedback, and giving all the suggestions, right? So I mean, all those nerves were eased when, because I was at first like, okay, what if I want to tell this? What if I want to tell that? And would I be allowed to express myself? And Alfred was very upfront. So basically, we had a good relationship in the first week itself, and then I got a call in the second week saying, hey, could you come down to office? And those were times pre pandemic, so it was I mean, it felt good to go down and visit the office and then work with the team, and it literally felt like normal working. So though I was into an apprenticeship, I got that feel, and mentally I was happy that I was able to contribute to something in a field that I already liked, right? So that's how the apprenticeship experience went on. In the first 4 or 5 days, I think we hit the ground running, and we were very happy, and I was very happy working in that team. So yeah, that boosted my confidence firstly in terms of, yes, I am actually useful to this Canadian working industry, right? I came from India, and I was just wondering if I can adapt, I can fit into this industry, how I'll be accepted and stuff. There are those early newcomer nerves. Life after Acadium has been, I mean, much better. To be very honest, I completed my apprenticeship for 3 months, right? I got a certificate, and you'll be happy to know that I was in touch with my mentor for 7, 8 months. So even after that certification, we did not feel as if we wanted to let go of each other. So we were so comfortable working with each other. I mean, it ended in February end. I got my certification on the Acadium app, and then I added that to my resume, and it was on LinkedIn, and that experience went on LinkedIn as well. So my Canadian experience was evident and visible on the profile, and that's how it also helped. The fact that I did my apprenticeship, uh, I think it was 6 days after I completed the apprenticeship that I applied, and they literally picked up that experience which I did with Acadium, because they wanted my Canadian experience. And in the interview as well, they asked me about this 3 months Canadian experience that I had and what I did, and that's how I landed my job into. Basically, it was a cross functionality of cross customer experience and marketing. So that's how I entered. I'm working with an e-commerce company right now, and I'm working as a marketing manager. So it was kind of something that I wanted to get to, but what I wanted to tell was those 3 months of Canadian experience helped me get into a role which was close enough to what I was looking for. It's very hard for a newcomer, for an immigrant, to just directly enter the field that you want to work in. But then this 3 months of apprenticeship helped me crack that. And slowly but steadily, those tools that I used in those 3 months was so extensive, and it was kind of a very extensive work that we did in those 3 months are still helping me out when some of my colleagues need help, some when I need to launch a digital marketing campaign. It is kind of that experience. I recall that experience, and i I can completely get that experience into what I'm doing right now. There is this conundrum wherein you feel, okay, should I directly apply and start working at a full time role and want to earn that money upfront, or should I go via the apprenticeship route and then hope that that gets converted into a job? Or what if that doesn't get converted into a job and I still have to come back again and start searching for a job? So there is this thought cycle that kind of interferes between you going for a apprenticeship or you going for a direct job application, right? But I would definitely tell all the people that this works. I came out of that apprenticeship, I have had a great experience, and that's why I felt like reaching out to you on my own. So that's a testimony of the fact that how good it has been and how instrumental it has been. So to all the team and yourself as well, I mean, amazing job. It's completely inspiring and wonderful to see how your app has developed as well. And keep it up. I mean, it's brilliant. It has been really helpful.